This is an extraordinary festival here. The artists have made masterpieces of land art, and I can only invite you to see them.
Now it's hard to say, it's hard to see even a single sheep or goat in my village, which is 45 kilometers from Leh. Forget about the Leh. So if we want to see nomads and livestock, we have to travel to eastern Ladakh, like Changtang. So you can experience it, and we are running away from the rich tradition of sustainability.
Aspects of land management, but then also if you go deeper, there's other aspects of like what do goats also deliver? What things?
We are at the location of Sa, which is a land art exhibition happening for the first time in Ladakh. Organized by like some of my friends who I've been climbing with years ago. So yeah, also in my work, if you see, you'll see a lot of boulders, stones and buildings on top of it. So I think the boulders come from my love from bouldering that I used to do before I had a bad accident. So there's that, and also a lot of memories from my childhood, from my father's ancestral house that is in Sakti, the house, the vernacular architecture that we had there, and a lot of gatherings, and all those memories also reflect in my work. And epic of Gyalam Kesar, which is like a Himalayan epic, and a lot of it's been a couple of years now that I've been collecting the story and trying to put it in my paintings. And now for the first time I've made like an installation, a small miniature landscape made out of wood and clay. So very excited for this.
Found out about Sa from Manisha. She approached me and told me about this beautiful exhibition that they're planning, and I thought it was like a great opportunity to exhibit work in the open, which is unlike any other gallery space that you would see in other cities. So my work here basically focuses on our land and our behavior towards it. Ever since I was a kid, I've seen like this gradual increase in temperature, in climate change, the melting glaciers, and especially like the anthropogenic footprint has increased now to a really dangerous level. So that just made me feel really hurt, especially since this land I associate as home. So I really wanted to do something that would change people's behavior toward their land. So I started noticing how people were so devoted and faithful to their religion, respective religion, whatever it may be. So it just made me think that what if for this land exhibition I make people think or suggest that what if we prayed to the mountains, what if we prayed to the land that itself that we were born on, and how would that change our behavior towards our own land? Would we respect it more? So that was my main idea behind my artwork. I think the first step is that everybody becomes aware of the situation and what is happening, why it is happening, and how it is affecting them as well, because it is going to affect every single person on the land, because we live on earth. If there's no land, there are no humans, there's no us. So I think it's important for everyone to realize that it's all of our issues. It's not just, it's happening. It's all of our issues. So we need to work on it collectively as a community.
When we first spoke about like the festival between Raki, me and Sagar, the idea was to create a land art festival where we would use nature as the canvas for all the artworks. But then I thought there was something missing, because since I'm from Ladakh and I've worked in nature my entire life, so I realized that there has to be an angle where it is not just about the art, but there has to be a deeper meaning, a larger connect. And there I thought maybe involving the entire climate consciousness sort of an ideology into the festival, and also bringing awareness to the visitors about climate change, and also about a responsible sort of attitude towards nature. So to bring this out, we decided to use more natural materials and also recycled materials. All of the artists, they've also made some very relevant work, and in with very limited resources, so it's really amazing what can happen when a group of people come together with a common motive. We can work wonders. रिसाइकल मटेरियल से यहाँ पे मतलब आसपास से हमने जितना भी मटेरियल सस्ते से सस्ता और नया ज़्यादा ना हो, है ना, पुराना सामान इकट्ठा करके हमने एक शेड बनाया जिसके अंदर हम वर्कशॉप्स और मूवी स्क्रीनिंग्स वगैरह कराते आ रहे हैं।
कोई तूफान है, कोई तूफान है। So I came to know about saLadakh through one of the founders, which I happen to be a friend on Instagram, Skaldan. Thanks to Skaldan. So my work at the exhibition here is about stone balancing, and stone balancing has this property of fragility and impermanence to it, and which I can relate to the fragile ecology and the environment of Ladakh. So I thought this would be a good idea, to use sustainable materials like rock, which is like a very basic and a very important thing in Ladakh. Stone balancing, it's like very precariously balanced, and it's very beautiful looking, but at the same time it's very fragile. So likewise, I think the ecology of Ladakh is like that. The influx of tourists, infrastructural development and all this are putting a stress on the ecology, which is very fragile. So we need to think about that and use more of sustainable things for development and for progress.
रिसाइकल मटेरियल जो भी है वो यूज़ कर रहा हूँ, जैसे कि कार्डबोर्ड हो गया और पेपर मशीन हो गया, और पुराने जो नोटबुक्स है और पुराने बुक्स है वो सब मैं मैश करके पानी में डुबो के 2-3 दिन रखता हूँ। फिर उसके बाद उसको अपने हाथों से मैश करके फिर उसको 2-3 दिन के बाद जो पत्थर है उसके ऊपर मैं डायरेक्टली उसके ऊपर मैं इस्तेमाल कर रहा हूँ। और मैं इस चीज़ को मैं बहुत 3-4 सालों से मैं काम करता आया हूँ। और ये जो है पत्थर के ऊपर जो कर रहा हूँ वो मैं पहली बार कर रहा हूँ। saLadakh करके इन्होंने जो थीम रखा है, जो एनवायरनमेंट हो गया, कल्चरल हो गया, उन सब को लेके उन्होंने मतलब थीम कुछ इस तरह से दिया है। तो मैंने हिमालयन रीजन का जो भी ग्लेशियर्स है वो सब टाइम ग्लोबल वार्मिंग की वजह से या कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड की वजह से या डीजल इमिशन की वजह से, उन सब की वजह से हमारा जो ग्लेशियर्स है वो बहुत सालों से अभी मेल्ट होता जा रहा है।
मेरे मन में काफ़ी पहले से था कि ऐसे एक लैंड आर्ट क्रिएट किया जाए। तो मेरा ये कंसेप्ट ऐसा है कि एक लद्दाख का जो इलाका है, जो पूरा खाली सुनसान, जहाँ पे पानी नहीं है, पहाड़ी इलाका है, उस इलाके में एक ऐसा एक आर्ट वर्क किया जाए जो असल में है नहीं, बट आप देखें तो लगे कि एक ऐसा इलाका है जैसे पानी का झील है। एक पूरा मिरर लगा हुआ है लैंड के ऊपर, और आसमान से देखेगा तो पूरा ऐसा लगेगा कि ये एक पानी का झील है। बायुल का मतलब ये है कि एक वर्ल्ड ऑफ इल्यूजन, एक दूसरी दुनिया में पहुंचाना। कहते हैं कि जिस बायुल के उस जगह का एक किसी ने यहाँ पे बकरी जब चढ़ाते थे तो उन्होंने एक घास को ऐसे उठा के चबाने लगा, तो एकदम वो उस इन्वायरमेंट में पहुँच गए जो बायुल कहा जाता है। तो देखा कि उस गांव में तो बड़ा हरियाली है, पानी इतना साफ़ है। उस टाइम में माना जाते थे कि वो बायुल जो है इतना सुंदर है।
And it's quite magical because one of the bayul stories is like when a shepherd goes and eats a bundle of grass and all his bayuls open up in front of him. So you can, sorry.
So another interesting facet to is that as kids we were told that people from Bayul, they do come to the bazaar to buy regular stuff like butter, salt. So we may encounter them, but since they look just like us, we don't quite know. I mean that's what.
No, I mean it's fantastic. Yeah.
Where did I collect all these bottles from? It was from the 3-day teachings that Dalai Lama had at Sal. So all these bottles are collected from that place. What I've done is I'm creating a ramp for this bike park. This is a bike park, and what you are looking at right now is this is your kicker. So the name of my art piece is Kicker of saLadakh. Kicker in mountain biking is something from which you take off your bike, you go in air and land on that side of the landing. So kicker in that term is that kicker, and kicker in a sense like kicking it out of our society, kicking it out of saLadakh.
To also engage the young artists and also established artists in Ladakh, and thanks a lot to the team of Lamo, especially through Dr. Monisha Ahmed, we could get the trust and the collaboration with a lot of young artists, which has been really exciting, but also with local futures, which we worked very closely with, and learned on community-driven, localized initiatives which are linked to climate optimism and not anything to do with political activism or anything related to that. We just wanted to raise awareness through art. So it's a new concept in the way I was working for a long time in marine conservation. So there I first heard about the idea of climate optimism.
में आया कि चलो एक लैंड आर्ट फेस्टिवल करते हैं, फिर राकी ने ये आइडिया बताया, फिर उसी के बाद फिर जामिर भाई ने बोला कि चलो हम लोग क्लाइमेट चेंज के रिलेटेड भी बोलते, तो बहुत चीज़ें आती गई और फिर चीज़ें इकट्ठी होती रही, एंड फिर बहुत लोग ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस पूरे हिंदुस्तान से उन लोगों ने सोचा कि चलो हमारी मदद करेंगे। तो इस तरह से हमारा पूरा saLadakh का वो पूरा कॉन्सेप्ट शुरू हुआ, एंड बहुत ही अच्छा अभी तक रिस्पॉन्स रहा। हाउ द प्रोसेस स्टार्टेड वाज फर्स्ट आई डिड द ग्राफिक, and after that I engraved it using a basic tool, and now I'm basically placing the rocks, and by tomorrow or day after tomorrow I'll be putting paint on it so that it gives a whole attractive feel. And this concept is basically derived from the concept of coral brain.
It's the first time I work with this cake-like structure. So I worked with different soil structures. Soil which was just gathered around here without digging too much up. Soil which was done when you were driving up there, all the rubbish waste which was from the road construction sites, which were bowled up here. So layer by layer by layer, like a cake was baked. And this whole structure is called rammed earth. Rammed earth is one of the oldest structures, building methods on the planet. Even some parts of the Great Wall of China is there.
Scheduled caste background. So he is making those chappal, he is talking about that struggle here. We've been talking about that many years, like it's been 76 years, and right now also they are not considered as equal till date. In certain villages...
I hope everybody enjoyed it and got some memory back of...
Got this entire like a holistic concept around the event by making it more about like real and like things that are of like that needs more awareness, and that's how we got school kids involved, and we'll be doing workshops like natural building workshops and many other kind of workshops with the children.
And art as a non-political medium, all art is political in a way, but as a non-political medium to get people and like-minded folks get together, not only from the art scene but from different disciplines.
सब बच्चे इतने engrossed हो जाते हैं ये अपने phones के, tablet, computer के आगे, और उनको मतलब सर उठा के इधर उधर देखने का टाइम नहीं है ना, तो उस हिसाब से ये जब इधर आए वो लोग कुछ नई चीज़ें सीख के गए हैं, तो देखते हैं आगे जाके उनके लाइफ पे कुछ impact होगा इसका.
Also with tourism, we have some slight over-tourism also in our mountains, because we are doing that for 150 years. So it is quite a long period.
It's really great to have contemporary art come out from the city of Leh and into what some people were saying, oh, you're in the wilderness, but we've just got Leh there. So I think it's really great, and I think Raki, Sagar and Jamie have done a really great job of bringing everybody together, of keeping the momentum going, of being committed and all that, and we just wanted to thank them. And